Hello, welcome back everyone. Right now it is, what's the date? Today is Tuesday, October 15th. This is the week of the Mesquite guitar show that we are heading out to. We wanted to kind of give you guys like a behind the scenes on what goes into doing these guitar shows. And then at the end, we'll give you a little sneak peek of this upcoming show. We get asked all the time, like, are you going to do this show? Why aren't you doing this show? Why are you doing this one? What's the vibe? We have to be pretty selective with what we choose to do. There's a lot that goes into shows. I think a lot of people think we just throw a bunch of random guitars in a van and then go to a show and then sell a bunch of them, come back and we buy a bunch of stuff and whatever. But it's a lot more planned out, at least for us, than that. Yeah, I just want to kind of talk about that today and kind of what goes into selecting a guitar show that we want to do, what kind of stuff we want to bring to a guitar show, and just how some of those like logistics work for us. One of our most common questions is, are you coming to like X regional guitar show? We tend to focus on doing just like the larger scale guitar shows where you're getting people from not only all over the US, but all over the world. And it's just kind of a great chance to network with all the other dealers as well as get to meet a bunch of people in the music scene. So there's lots of like smaller shows going on all across the country, like all year round. I know there's ones in Ohio, Michigan. We would love to like be at all of them, be a lot of fun and be cool to kind of meet everyone, but you can only do so much. So we kind of have to like pick and choose our battles. So it's not to say we only want to go to the biggest ones, but we just kind of like going to the shows that have maybe the widest reach. It also just depends if we're available for it, how the shop is doing on inventory. We don't really sell like a lot at these shows. Definitely do a lot of trades, do a ton of buying. So these shows are a great way for us to not only network but also get in fresh inventory. Like recently we've been pretty stocked with inventory. We just traveled all over Japan and Hawaii and as well as a bunch of other places throughout the summer, and we got like an insane amount of stuff, so it was tough to justify when we already had so much. But now that the fall is upon us and we've started to sell through a lot of the stuff that we bought over the summer, it's time to start looking for more inventory. We're gonna be going out to Texas this weekend, and then in a couple weekends we'll be out in Philadelphia for the Philly Guitar Show.
Hello.
What are you up to? Pre-guitar show.
Just packing up orders to get out for the people like you. And then we got to pull guitars for the guitar show. Over there.
Can't believe Kaylee's not going to the Mesquite guitar show. You're gonna miss out on all the fun.
Don't have too much fun without me.
So as much as I would love to make the call the week of that we're gonna go to a guitar show, because that would be really easy, we do have to start playing these pretty far in advance. So I'm doing some forecasting on where we're gonna be inventory wise, availability wise, and what kind of the market is gonna be like at that moment. I would say like 3-4 months out, I'm saying, okay, looks like everyone is available. There's gonna be a motive to go to the show, whether it is because we wanna buy inventory, we wanna film more content, or like whatever it is. For the Mesquite guitar show in particular, this one coming up, I know we made the decision to do it back at the end. It was either end of spring, early summer, and then around July, we actually started booking out everything for it. Logistically, we need to find a van rental, we need to book hotels, we need to book flights, we need to figure out who's driving, who's flying, how everyone is getting everywhere, how the gear is getting everywhere. And if you wait till last minute, things can be like really expensive. So we try to kind of get our plan together as early as we can. It's usually pretty easy the day of, unless crazy things happen. Okay, we have everything else.
We just get some bad news.
I booked a van back in July from Hertz, prepaid, everything, same thing I normally do. And I just got a call that Hertz decided to rent their fleet to Amazon, which canceled all of their rentals in our area in Central Florida. Super not sick, also like unacceptable. Go let Hertz know at Central Florida that that's not cool. I do feel bad because the person who had to be the bearer of bad news was not the one that made the decision to rent out those vans. He's been really helpful and he's trying to get us sorted with something, whether through Hertz or somewhere else. I've also made some phone calls. We have a couple backup options lined up. I know it's last minute and we only have so much budget, but what do you have right now as far as like cargo vans or anything like that? Or even if we had to, like a small box truck? Today, unfortunately. We were originally gonna have a cargo van, so the number one would be if we could get into one of those. We may have to move up to a box truck, or we're gonna have to move down to a minivan, which means we're gonna have to bring less guitars, and that maybe we can't buy as much for there. The other option is we find a passenger transit, but it looks like those are gone everywhere, not just here, but within like a couple hour radius. There was a hurricane recently, and so a lot of people have needed vehicles for like disaster relief, which is totally understandable. Full sympathy for those affected by the hurricane. We get that. They're not the problem. But Amazon, I guess, used their big money and decided to also buy up a bunch, which are not for disaster relief. That is just for them to do their deliveries. One of the most common questions we get with these shows is, why are you guys always renting vans? Why don't you just go buy a van? And that's a totally valid question. There's a lot of reasons that go into that. Honestly, flexibility is one of the biggest ones. Sometimes we only need a minivan. Sometimes we need a full up box truck to bring everything we want to do. Most times we're somewhere in the middle where we're doing either a cargo van or a passenger van. The cost of maintaining like a van, whether it's going to be like a Ford Transit passenger van or a comparable cargo van, is pretty high. And with the price of vans right now and the price of if you had a payment, it can literally be more for the payment sometimes than just going and renting one for a month. That way it's fully insured. There's no maintenance you have to do. Go pick the van up, use it, bring it back, and you're done. And it's nice and simple. We don't always need a van. It actually works out financially in our favor to not own one. That's why we do it that way. And until things change one way or the other financially, I think we're gonna probably keep doing it that way. Given our new dilemma, we're having to pivot a little bit, change our schedule around. We're about to start pulling stuff and getting ready. I'm waiting on a call back to see what we can do van-wise. That's gonna throttle how much we can bring or not bring. Rather than pulling everything and then having to go down, we're gonna focus on getting the rest of our orders out. I have some other things I need to work on as well. We have about an hour until we'll know exactly what we're doing.
This, I need to check the list. This Jag that sold today might have actually been one of our guitars. So depending on what our vehicle situation ends up being, this either helps us save room or we have a new guitar that we can bring to the show.
About a week before the show, I will start getting together a list of what I want to bring to that guitar show. I'm kind of looking at like, if we've been to this show before, what types of guitars and what types of gear was popular, and that's what I'm gonna focus on bringing. I'm also paying a lot of attention to what I think people are gonna wanna trade for, because like I said, we're not really selling a ton at these shows. The most business we're doing is trades. So I'm trying to bring stuff that is attainable and somebody might be able to bring in their gear and trade towards something we have. Once I have that list sorted, it's time to start pulling stuff from inventory. Me, Eric, Kaylee, any of us will kind of start getting involved on that, as well as starting to pull some of our other show stuff. You know, we have to have like our signs and tablecloths, all the freebies that we give you guys. Have to have that, pull some merch, and just kind of get our pack together. We usually get that together before we even pick up the van. We've already kind of pulled everything we need to go on our system and say like, hey, there's a reason that this isn't at the warehouse, it's been checked out. Lots of really boring stuff that has to go into it, but that's what it takes to be organized. We stay very organized, and I think it helps us maximize not only what we're doing at the show, but help keep the shop running smoothly while we're gone. And there's always people here running the shop. Nobody wants there to be an issue where like they ordered something on a flashfotogear.com and it's actually out at a trade show. Now it's gonna take 3 days to ship it. Update, we have secured a box truck. So a little bigger than what we intended, but we'll make it work.
Are you excited for this box truck?
Oh, you bet. I'm excited to have infinite room for all the stuff that we're gonna bring. That shouldn't be too bad.
And buy.
And buy.
Mostly buy.
Emphasis on, yeah, you're right. Underline the buy. You go first, Tom.
I can't go for it. I have to film.
Is there a mic stand out here? I was gonna bring it back to the house, then Adam didn't need him that day, and so I was lazy and didn't bring him in. And
It happens.
yeah,
Math checks out.
really laziness is the, if you want the real answer, the same box truck.
Oh,
They got Amazon to bring it back.
Well, hello.
This video not sponsored by Hertz.
Sponsored by Flash Photo Gear.
So every show we take on is a little different, but kind of our average show, if all things go smoothly, is we will have Eric will drive a van out the day before wherever we're going. He'll have all the gear, and me and Thomas will usually fly in either the night before or the day of for the dealer day, get our table set up, do all that good stuff, go, you know, film, have a guitar show all weekend, and then after the show, sometimes like Eric and Thomas will drive back. If it's gonna be an overnight, we'll need 2 drivers. Sometimes if we don't need to overnight, it might be just 1 driver. Unless it's a really close show, I tend to fly to most of them, and that's just because I don't like taking any more time out of the work week here than I absolutely have to. There's always work to be done here, so I'm really lucky to have a team that is willing to take on the driving. It makes things a lot easier, and it makes the whole workflow for the shop go a lot smoother. So now it's time to start pulling guitars, as we previously mentioned. First, I gotta make my last minute changes to our list, as a couple things have sold. Let's get it going. We've acquired a box truck, which is great because I didn't think we were actually gonna get one based on how things are going this morning. And it is now time to pull some guitars. I personally need to finish pulling all the pedals and get loaded up.
Kyle clearly didn't read the burning instructions. You're supposed to clip the wick on them.
My dear friend Damien made these beautiful candles with some of our other very good friends. CultClassicCollector.com, they're on Instagram. They make these cool candles. They're like inspired by some of your favorite movies. This one is my favorite one.
Slow progress.
Pulling guitars.
Pulling guitars.
You want some help?
Nah. Boom.
Yeah, this is scary.
Watch it. No, you're good. I appreciate your faith in me.
You guys love it when we do this. You can't stack on top of this case. It's old.
I like the new latches on it too.
Yeah, the latches are all busted. You might not admit it, but this is favorite.
Are you filming that for the video? You want to do the honors? The last thing.
I was just gonna say I was picking up what you were putting down literally. I don't move around too much.
Yay!
Oh wait.
Oh, there we go.
There we
That's very helpful.
This one actually works. You don't have to punch the ceiling for it to turn on. Bless you.
Yeah.
Jeez, man.
Wow.
I hope you cut that.
Keep it.
Yeah. Anything else we gotta add?
Just your bags.
That'll be
Just
tonight.
you.
And just me. That'll be tomorrow. Beautiful.
You must be present to win. They called me and said there'll be no truck. And I argued and they said, we can't do anything. And then I just drove down there and I was like, I'm here and you're gonna get a truck. And he said, I'll see what I can do. And then an hour later, he said, I pulled some strings. I said, yes, you did. We're not gonna take no for an answer.
Is that it for today?
Yeah,
I think so.
good job.
Everyone leaves tomorrow, different times.
Tomorrow, I'm doing a normal work day. I think Thomas is probably doing a normal work day at Radham. And then we're flying to Dallas Love. And Eric is driving from beautiful Winter Park, Florida to Dallas, Texas. And then on Thursday, the show will begin. The show will commence. We will load in and we will make things happen. I would have been tempted to like hold a guitar back that's in like a nice hard case that I wouldn't be worried about checking, just to see like if Southwest, like just to test what airlines will put it in the coat closet. We're here. I feel like we filmed a lot of things in this exact location.
Probably.
Right near here, around the fountain. But yeah, we're back. We're back in MCO. We're on our way to Dallas Love. We're flying Southwest today, so we actually got to check a bag. Hopefully we'll see Eric when we get there. He said he'll probably get there after us, but we'll see.
All right, let's do it.
We've arrived at our hotel at a secret location that we will not be telling you guys. We just got here, we just got to Dallas. We got some Raising Cane's, came and checked into our hotel. And now I'm personally getting my things together for the next few days. And then it'll be time to get some rest. Eric will be here in about 2.5 hours.
2 hours later.
This is Thomas's other favorite part.
How's the load-in going so far?
Pretty good. We got a cart, which is very helpful. We've got a pretty decent parking spot. I undid the wrong side for loading in the guitars. But yeah, it's going pretty good.
We are officially here. We made it. We got all of our stuff set up. It took like the entire day, so I think this closes in like 30 minutes. First impressions, I'm pretty surprised by how big this is. I thought moving to like a new venue as opposed to last year in Arlington, it might be a little smaller, but this is probably bigger, which is crazy. There's this whole room and then there's a whole another room like behind us over there. Pretty big show. We're seeing a ton of the dealers that we usually see. Great to see everybody. Already great to start catching up with people and excited to start walking around and see what's in this building. I might be looking for myself. Could be cool to have a super reverb, I'm just saying. So to give you guys a quick peek of what we're gonna have this weekend, we'll run through. Got some cool basses, An old 77 jazz bass, as well as some basses from Fender Japan, including this very cool Mustang bass. We got a 71 competition Mustang. Right behind there, we got a 65 reissue Mustang. This is a really, really fresh find. This is a Sherwood Green Jazzmaster from the Fender Japan traditional line. A lot of people have been asking about it. We got the 76 hardtail Strat with us this time. Brought a few oddballs with us. We got the Yamaha Superflighter 3000. Right behind there, we've got a Ibanez ST100, Ibanez Studio. Yeah, we've got Reese's. All we have as of right now is variations of Reese's, so that's either great or terrible. For me, that's great. Brought a bunch of Gibson stuff as always. This TV special is one of my absolute favorites. Got some cool standards. We got a V, and we got some cool acoustics. I think my favorite of the acoustics is this 62 reissue J45 from 1998. Got lots of pedals. Got lots of Boss pedals and a little blend of some other stuff as well. And then we had so much stuff we couldn't even get it all on the table, so we have this rack here as well. Some of this stuff is like a little more like affordable stuff, so if people are bringing stuff to trade, we'll make it real easy with these. We didn't even have space to put this out. This is actually one of the higher end guitars we have, but this is an Ibanez J Custom, specifically the RG8470. Pretty cool. So maybe this will make its way to the table whenever something sells. We've got coffee, we've got merch, we've got stickers, buttons. So we got conversation piece stickers, all kinds of stuff. So now we're gonna go to the front and we're gonna show you guys how to kind of get to our booth.
And that's how to get to our booth.
That's all the time we have for today. It is literally 5:57. They're kicking us out in 3 minutes. We got to get out of here, but we are excited to see you guys this weekend. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, all that good stuff. It all helps us out and helps us get to do more stuff like this. If you're not going to be at the show this weekend, that's all good. Be on the lookout next Friday for our video going in depth on the whole thing. We're going to show you guys some of the stuff we pick up, as well as some of our favorite guitars in the room and all the normal stuff we usually do. Be on the lookout for that, and we will see you guys in another video soon. Bye.